Hello, this is Paramjeet Singh. Last week we talked about anxiety, how doing certain things if you feel anxious can be very useful. For example, instituting some physical measures before you do anything mindfulness can be very useful, especially if your anxiety is too much. Today I want to suggest you that if you find yourself pacing as a way to cope with the anxiety, why don't you bring a little bit more intentionality to it? For example, most of the time when we pace, being anxious is mindless way of pacing. Whether you're pacing indoor or outdoor, you're simply doing it as a way to shed off that load of anxiety. But instead of doing it mindlessly, why don't we try doing mindfully? So instead of, you know, allowing the walking to happen just the way it wants to happen, you bring some sort of a deliberation to that. And the way we can do that is that as you walk or as you pace, just begin to pay attention to your feet touching the floor and coming off the floor. So the very principle of mindful walking, where the feet becomes the object of your attention, and any sensory information, any sensations you feel, you keep on paying attention to it. And if your mind wanders away to some other things, even by hijacked by the anxious thought, you bring it back to the feet and continue paying attention to it, and so on and so forth, as long as you want to do that. So instead of pacing mindlessly, now you will begin to walk mindfully, and that mindful walking will ground your response to anxiety. It may even bring it down. So instead of mindlessly pacing around when you're feeling anxious, become mindful, become grounded. Bring your attention to your feet touching the floor and coming off the floor. It's a very simple way to do that. And each time you put your foot down to the floor, you notice it has touched, and notice any sensation that arise from that act. And each time foot comes off the floor, you notice it has come off the floor, and notice any sensation that may arise in that act. And you keep on doing it moment after moment. If you want to further make it tangible, you can add counting to it. And counting can be useful at the beginning stages because it allows you to concretize your experience. So you can count one as the foot goes down to the floor, two when it comes off the floor, and so on and so forth until you feel comfortable. So try it. Instead of pacing mindlessly, pace mindfully, and that might bring your anxiety response noticeably. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you find this video useful, kindly subscribe to our channel and share with others. In the meantime, stay well. Thank you.